Today, we are going to talk about how to run a Zoom meeting. So absolutely, if you have any questions at the end, feel free to put them in the Q&A and we will get to them. Also, we do have a form that goes over a lot of what we're going to talk about today that we will send to everyone on the call today. It's more of at a high level how to run a Zoom meeting. So with that said, let's start with the basics. I'm assuming, Amy, can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Okay. So to start off, what you want to do is obviously go into zoom.com, the Zoom account, and get an account, get Zoom meeting and get an account. There are a couple different options for you to choose from. I personally like the basic option that is free. That should be, take care of 99% of the Zoom meetings that you will have. The only drawback to understand is that you are topped out at 40 minutes. So if you have a client that you're going to sit down with that you think is going to go past the 40 minutes, maybe you set up one meeting at the top of the hour and another meeting at, let's say, 45 minutes past the hour. And at about 38 minutes into it, just say, hey, we're probably going to get kicked off in about 2 minutes. Why don't we take a quick 5-minute break and then come into another meeting? That's how you get around having to actually pay for a higher version of Zoom, which, I personally have Zoom webinar, so I have a lot of capabilities. But it does cost, a decent amount of money. So I would just advise that everyone just gets the free version and run with it from there. So what I will do at this point is I want to show everyone this page. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to hand it off to Amy, and she's going to actually take you through how to set up a meeting.
Thanks again, you guys, for making time to meet with us today. We certainly appreciate it. We all appreciate having you guys on the call. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to click on Zoom. So we're just going to go into Zoom right here and then sign up. It's free. So I'm going to sign in. I've already created an account. So literally the first thing I'm going to do is sign in as we speak. And then I'm going to hit sign in. So what I do, because I'm terrible at remembering my passwords, two things. Either write them all down in a notebook or I auto save them right here. So I recommend, if you're bad at remembering passwords, put them in a notebook, also auto save them. That's my little trick to make technology easier. There's a little box right here that says stay signed in. That's also a big help. So if you can all see that one, I'm just kind of looking right there, and then we're gonna hit sign in. Next, what we're gonna do, so there's my picture. You all know what I look like. I talk to you all the time. Super grateful for you all. So what we're going to do next is we're going to schedule a meeting. So how do I do that? I've never scheduled a meeting. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to schedule a meeting. And if there's any issues with seeing anything, please let me know. And I'm just going to title this Amy's meeting. And I'm going to put on here description. We're going to be like, we're just going to say, you don't have to fill the description part in. If you'd like to, we can say Mrs. Jones, client review. If I could type today. So that's something that you can do too. So just wanted to kind of show you guys some options on that. So when you go down to when, so it's not going to be today, but it's going to be Friday. So we're going to pick the day. And remember with the time zones right here, I always mention this to everybody, make sure that it's in the client's time zones. So I'm in Arizona, Jim is in Connecticut. So we have a 2-hour difference. Some of your clients might be in the same time zone. Some of them might not, but always remember the time zone. So we're going to set it for, we're going to just say 2 o'clock and make sure it says PM instead of AM. I know we've all made the mistake with alarm clocks probably. Duration, we're going to say an hour. So if you do 0 here instead of an hour, you can do the minutes. There's your 30 minutes. And then Jim talked about how to get over the 40-minute thing. So you would just do a 30-minute, 2 30-minute meetings. Here's their warning from Zoom about the 40-minute limit as well. Time zone, remember I talked about that? Here's my Arizona time zone. This isn't gonna be a recurring meeting, it's gonna be a one-off. If you're gonna have this meeting with your clients every week or once a month, you would check the recurring meeting box. Meeting ID, generate automatically. Make sure there's a little blue dot right there. Reason being is if I click it, there's your personal meeting ID and it changes everything else. I like to do it the super easy way, generate automatically. Then we go to security. It gives you a passcode to log in. Just like you guys have used with all the meetings with us on the passcode, you have to enter that in. Now, the waiting room, let me tell you a little story. So, I'm sure you all have heard about all the kids being at home or all of us being at home in that fact, and Zoom bombing a meeting. So we're in a meeting right now. A Zoom bomb is when somebody that's not supposed to be in the meeting pops in. If you check this box that says waiting room, you can make sure that people that are not supposed to be in the meeting do not come in the meeting. So just remember, generate automatically and waiting room, those are your two new best friends. Host, we like to do on, participant is on. And then meeting options, you can allow the participants to join at any time. You can mute it upon entry. You can automatically record the meeting, or you can approve or block entry users like we were just talking about. I'm leaving them all blank just for simplicity's sakes right now. And then you're gonna hit save. Once that's all done, oh, I forgot oh, hang on, that was my fault. See, we're all human here. So I'm gonna make that an hour, and now I'm gonna hit save. So here's my meeting. Everything, all the information I put in. Mrs. Jones' client, gonna be at 2 o'clock Arizona. Now, here's the option. Depending which calendar you're using, literally all you have to do is click on whichever one you use. Like I use Google a lot for my personal, but I use Outlook for business. So I'm would click on Outlook and it would show up in my work computer to, hey, I have a meeting now. Same thing with Google. Outlook usually gives you a 15-minute ding or a reminder, and then it reminds you right at the time of the meeting too. I don't believe Google gives you a 15-minute reminder, and I don't know about Yahoo because I haven't used my Yahoo account in so long. So I'll just kind of give you guys some little tips and tricks. There's next your meeting ID that we talked about, your passcode that you guys will enter when you get into the waiting room, just like you guys usually enter with us. And then the invitation. So instead of copying this big, huge mess and not hitting the right button, you can just click on copy invitation. So here's the invitation that comes up. What you do then is you will literally go, what I like to do is start at the end and go up so I don't miss anything. So I'm going to take my cursor and I'm going to, so what you would do, excuse me, is just click on copy meeting invitation. So there's my invitation. It highlighted it all for me. Then I'm going to go to the mouse and I'm going to hit right click. I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to open up an email. In the body of the email is where you will paste this. So you will type up your subject line, Zoom meeting Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Then you'll paste this in the body of the email, just so you know how that works. Then what you'll do is you'll just, when the time comes for the meeting, you'll hit start, or we need to save it as a template. We can save it as a template if it's a recurring meeting. I highly recommend doing that. So there is basically how to schedule a meeting. Now, I need to have a meeting right now. How does that work? You can join a meeting. Now, I would put in my information, but as Jim and I found out this morning, you can't be in a Zoom and go live on a Zoom at the next time. It will kick you out, just so you know. So take it from us that made the mistake earlier when we were trying to do it. That you want to join a meeting or host a meeting, you can do your video on and off, share screens only, and join a meeting right there. But you have to not be in a Zoom in order to do that. So and then what I'll do is, once that's done, is I'll go back to the Zoom icon. So remember the Zoom icon, think of it this way. It's like taking you back to the home button on your cell phone. If you click on it, it's going to take you back to the beginning. So here we are back to the beginning. And then what you can do, and I will give this back to Jim here in just a second. One moment. All right.
Yep, so if you click on my account in the upper right-hand corner, you will also see all of your meetings that you set up. So it's very intuitive, and we're not saying that you need to use, say, Zoom for your virtual meetings. We personally like Zoom because we feel it's the one that most everyone use. It's probably the easiest to use. You can go with, there's a GoToMeeting, there's also Google. meetings you can use as well, but we personally like the Zoom meetings. So we do have this DMI, we've created. The only thing we need to change is we need to change this virtual to virtual. So that's a little, spelling correction needs to be done. But besides that, it just walks you through pretty much what Amy just went through. All the information. The nice thing, if there's something that, say you forgot that Amy went over, you can click on a video or two and go through a tutorial or just watch on how to do it. So it's very straightforward in writing and creating a Zoom meeting. And then one of the other nice things you can do is that you see, I'm here just outside in Manhattan on the Brooklyn Bridge. And if you wanted to, you could actually change this. The reason why I put that there is that I really didn't want you guys to see what my office looks like. So instead of that, you can always change the background. And the way that you would do that, in the lower left-hand corner, there is an icon that says stop video. And then from there, you click on there's a little arrow next to it. You click on that and choose virtual background. And then at that point, you can change all the difference. If you want to be, let's say you want to be at the beach, you can be at the beach. It's not a big deal there. If you wanted to be, let's say, in Tony Stark's office, you can do that. You can go back to the beach. There's a lot of different ways. What you would do is you can actually just save pictures and just download them to your Zoom account. So you can have all different types of background if you don't want people to see, what's behind you right then and there. So there's a lot of different ways you can go, a lot of functionalities to this. Personally, if I'm on, say, a business call, I like this one because it seems very professional compared to maybe using this one that is from Monsters, Inc. So a lot of different ways you can go. I'll just leave it at this one. But again, our goal with these sales sessions is just to bring you some information, maybe not really truly in depth, although some of these sessions that we have coming up over the next few weeks, we are starting to get a little bit more granular. I believe over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about when the prospect themselves, how they use the internet. How they use the internet with both advisors as well as insurance agents. We're also going to talk about interest rates. Do we think interest rates are going to go up? Do we think they're going to go down? And we're going to go through the reasoning why, hint, hint, just to let you know, do not expect interest rates to go anywhere for the next decade, if not longer. And we'll go into detail why that is. So again, our goal is to bring you information. As I tell my two girls, education never takes a vacation, and they're sick of me saying that to them, but I truly believe that. You got to always be educating yourself. A lot of you, I've given you different books that you should read. The one to start with is Paychecks and Playchecks by Tom Hegna. There's also The Power of Zero by David McKnight. All really good books to read that will just take your business model hopefully to another level. So that's what we were looking to accomplish today. Let's see if we're gonna open it up to see if we have any questions. Look at that, we've done such a great job. I think we also the fact that we've had a lot of people that I've spoken to that said, Zoom meeting, I know how to do them, so I just want to let you know that I will not be joining. Oh, we do have, there is a Ted Porter is raising his hand. Hey, Ted. Hi, Ted. Let's see, we're going to allow Ted to talk. So.
But Ted's on mute.
Ted is on mute. Ted, you raised your hand. So I'm not sure if you were just saying hi to us or you actually had a question. Okay, we're going to figure that Ted was just saying that we did such a great job. Oh, now John Dandridge is raising his hand.
Hi, John.
Let's see if John wants to come on and ask a question. Is using okay. John, do you have a question? Oh, you're on
You're
mute,
on mute,
John.
John. Unmute yourself. Bottom left corner.
There you go.
How's it?
Hey, John.
Hey, hey.
Great to
How do
see you.
How do you use the whiteboard on the for Zoom?
How do you use a whiteboard?
Yep.
Whiteboard, like if I want to show some figures or something to a
Yep.
meeting.
That's a great question. You would actually use the share screen button that which allows you, like if I click on the share screen right now,
Before he clicks on it, it's the green one right now, if everybody can see that one.
I'll show you. Now there's a whiteboard thing on here. So I can put in John D. So you can actually on share screen, you can create a whiteboard to do it, you know, to write whatever you want. But also if you wanted to, that you can, as we get out of here, you know, you can share different, you know, if you want to share your screen, like I said, now you see that form that we had here. So it does have a lot of functionality to use. What I would probably suggest, John, is maybe what we do is we can set up a quick side call and we can, you know, we can go through setting you up with a Zoom account. We can go through, you know, on individually how to run it. And then we can actually have you run one meeting and go from there.
I have an account already, so.
Okay.
That's half the battle right there.
So we're good. We had a couple more questions. Look at that. We get going. Ted asked us, how do we run a multi-client Zoom meeting? Now, so Ted, if we're talking about having multiple people on there, it's pretty straightforward, where you would just invite many people to it and then everyone would come on. See, now I have this is the webinar version, so it's a little bit different with more functionality. If you wanted to have something where you can have, say, breakout sessions where you can send people to different areas, that's a different, that is a different version that you can sign up for, but that, again, will cost money, which is why I think we can get 90% of what you're looking to accomplish by just setting up and going with the basic version to on there. And I hope, Ted, I hope I answered your question. If not, shoot me an email after. And Roy Vogel had one. And Amy, I'll let you answer. Are you going to email us the instructions to conduct a Zoom meeting?
Yes, we will. We promise.
Yes. As soon as we're done with this meeting, within the hour, you will get what I showed you on here, the step-by-step guide. So you guys will be able to just save that and always refer back to it, whether you want to print it out or not.
And if you guys want us to practice with too, you can just put in the subject line as practice Zoom and you can send us one.
Beautiful.
Yep. So it's all good. And again, our goal was just to give you some more information that can maybe help you take your business model to the next level. Because I know in this coronavirus era, a lot of us are not doing face-to-face appointments. So doing a Zoom meeting, you know, obviously it's not as good as face-to-face, but it's much better than just using a phone.
Yep.
And that's the whole key to the Zoom meeting. So with that said, Amy, anything else you want to end with? I am good to go.
Thank you all very much for attending. We super appreciate your time. If there's any other questions you have that we haven't answered today, as always, feel free to call us, email us, however you'd like to get a hold of us. We're here to help you guys out and help you grow your business. And thank you again.